We will move on to the CEF eDelivery service offering. Again, Adrian presenting our service offering that can support you in implementing AS4.
Thank you. Hi, it's me again. So we have defined the service offering. Actually, we have defined a service canvas where we categorize each of our services. All of this information, actually, the service canvas, you can find it in our web portal in CEF Digital. And as you can see in our services, we have specified different artifacts that we are producing. So you have some icons for what we call the service offering descriptions. So these are documents, PDF documents, where we describe precisely the service. We also have service level arrangements and e-learnings, videos, success stories. So you have a lot of material that you can find online on CEF Digital. Now I'm going to explain high level and some of these services. So moving to the managed services, there are two of them. One is the PKI, the public key infrastructure. Mark just mentioned the difficulty of procuring certificates. Actually, this is also a challenge that we have identified, and depending on the trust model that is adopted in PNR, we may provide certificates for free. So these are certificates. So we have a contract with the certification authority. It's the T-System from Germany, and we can issue certificates on demand per network. In case that there is a need for digital certificates for signing and encrypting, this is something we can provide. One mention also is, I would like to mention that all our services are available for free. They're all free of charge, and they all apply to public administrations and also to private organizations. There is just one service that I will explain that we don't offer to private organizations. And we also, so as another managed service, we also operate the service metadata locator for dynamic discovery. We operate it as a software as a service, but this is not in use in PNR. Second type of service is connectivity testing service. So this is because when you want to deploy an eDelivery access point and you want to test if it's properly configured, you actually cannot do it yourself because you need two access points to send the message. You need a receiver. And actually, that's the purpose of the connectivity service. It's an access point which is operated by our support team and is deployed in the cloud. And the sole purpose of this access point is to test connectivity of your access point. So if you want to test if your access point is properly configured, you can use our connectivity testing service. Then we have the conformance testing service, which is intended to software providers and service providers. It is when you want to confirm your implementation with the eDelivery specification. So as an end user or a user of the eDelivery access point, you don't need to go through it. You just need to select one of the conformance solutions. But as a vendor, you need to go through this service to conform your product with the eDelivery specification. And you can see that there are already a number of conformance solutions, including Domibus. The first one is Domibus. It's the open source software that we maintain under the European Commission. But there are also many other open source solutions, such as Holodeck, for example, ESSI, AS4.NET, it's also open source. And you also have commercial solutions, such as IBM, Seaburger, and so on. So you have plenty of choice, and if you're not happy with one, service offering of one vendor, you can always change and go to another one. You are not bound to one specific implementation. Then as a service, as just mentioned, we also have the sample software. So for each of our technical specifications, we propose an open source software under the EUPL, so European Public License. We do support also all these activities via a service desk, which is a single point of contact available during business hour of the European Commission, where you can ask any questions, report incidents, and submit requests and change requests too. So there is also a way, in case that you want to change something in the software, in the specification, in anything, you can always submit a change request to us, and it will be assessed by our operational management board. Then we also have a training and deployment support. So that's the one service that we offer in a different way for public administrations and private organizations. So for public administrations, we can provide customized training, and we can go on site, so in your member states, and deploy an eDelivery access point for you. Then you are still responsible for operations, but we can give some training on how to operate it. We don't provide this service for private organizations, because this is not covered by our funding and by the CEF work program. What we can do instead is to organize a workshop or webinar with private organizations, but it will be only online and remote. And we can still support, private organizations can also contact the service desk for any question, incident, or request. It's the same. It's just going on site for us, moving to the member states. We only do that for public administration. Then we have an onboarding service. So typically, what we're doing today is part of our onboarding service. It's to help a new project, new networks to join eDelivery and to take up eDelivery. And we can organize workshops. It can be very specific, and this has to be requested by the users or by the policy domain owners. So we are really, and feel free to request the organization of workshops or for us to present whenever you feel it's necessary. Last service that we propose is what we call the community management. As you know, we have open source software, so as a user, as a developer, you may want to join this open source community and contribute to the software. So we have a forum also where people and developers involved in eDelivery can interact. And we also organize on a regular basis some events related to eDelivery, such as webinars or a workshop in Brussels or elsewhere. So this concludes the presentation of the service offering of eDelivery. Thank you.
Thank you, Adrian.